Hey guys, it's Maddie, and today I'm going to be telling you another science teacher story. I already hear the comments coming in saying, oh my gosh, this is fake, because she got so many views on her first video. She wants to make another one about another science teacher. But it actually happened. I have so many friends I can tell you that were in my class. My parents know about it. This is another science teacher that was literally the worst. Let's get into it. I also have a sinus infection right now, so sorry if I sound really stuffy and everything. So this was my 7th grade science teacher. The last story was my 8th grade science teacher, so this was the year before. So basically, he wasn't creepy, really, I guess, but he was more just super mean and super rude. And before he became a teacher, he was actually a volleyball coach. I hadn't started playing volleyball when he was coaching, but all my friends told me that he said, get down like you're twerking. You need to get low to pass the ball. So the stance that you're in when you're passing. So that's, first of all, that's weird. Obviously it's not oh my gosh, what a pedophile. But it's just weird. It's just a weird thing to say to a group of 6th graders. Basically, he would just call us stupid and dumb and would make fun of us all the time and would make really mean jokes. And he was just kind of a cruel guy, I guess. It wasn't anything absolutely unacceptable, but it was just rude for a teacher to a group of 13 and 14-year-olds to say stuff like that. Obviously, we're going through puberty, we're going through phases, we're going through our teenage years, so we're gonna be a little weird, and he just loved to make fun of us and call us stupid and dumb when in 7th grade you do chemistry, and chemistry is not easy, so it's I don't know, he's just not a nice guy. When I was in school, he put a kid on the roof on the 2nd floor because his classroom was on the 2nd floor, and he had the rescue windows, and there was a roof outside of his window, and he put a kid up there. Sounds safe. I just don't, and this was not in my class, but everyone was talking about it. It was in 5th period or something, and I had him 2nd or something, I think. So yeah, I wasn't there to experience it, but I've heard a lot of stories about it. The next two things are things that happened when I was out of the middle school and in high school. But the freshmen in this current school year experienced this, and my friend is a freshman, so I've heard about these stories. Basically, he was Jewish, and he talked about religion a lot, which, first of all, you're not really supposed to talk about religion to students in schools. It's just kind of a thing that shouldn't really be discussed, and school systems kind of frown upon sharing your religious beliefs and pushing them onto students, especially at a young age, because they're still not thinking fully for themselves and still developing their moral beliefs and ideals. So that's one thing that even if he didn't make fun of somebody else's religion, even just talking about it is kind of frowned upon. So that's one thing. But not only did he share his own religion, he told a student that Jesus isn't real and argued about religion with the student, actively was arguing. Christianity versus Judaism, he was arguing about it with the student. So that's weird, and to put down somebody else's religion is absolutely not okay. It's fine if you believe different things and you accept that there are other people who think other things than what you think, but you don't have to, force people to be embarrassed of their religion or doubt their religion or anything like that. So religion is definitely a sensitive topic, and for him to have discussed that with a student and argued about it is not okay. So the next thing, this is what got him fired. Spoiler alert, he got fired the year after I left the middle school, but he set a student's schoolwork on fire. And I know you're oh, he's a chemistry teacher, maybe it's for an experiment, but it wasn't. And the student lost all their work, and it was a whole thing, and that's why he got fired. So I don't understand why he was like that. I'll never understand why he thought that was okay. But that happened, and that's what ultimately got him fired. Fired, we don't know, but I believe that they told him that you can resign or we're going to fire you. So he probably resigned, just so it's not oh, you got fired, but it's basically he got fired because of the way he acted and everything. So yeah, and the worst part is he had just started there. He was new when I got to school. That was his first year of teaching. And he got fired during his second year of teaching at the middle school. So that's awful. He was very young. He like had gotten out of college maybe 2 years ago when I was in school with him. So yeah, he graduated from the college my sister actually goes to for teaching, obviously. And yeah, so he is not on a good track. Like, he's already gotten this on his record. I don't know if it says he got fired or anything, but you know, he did. So yeah, that was basically, there were more stories, but I can't remember them as well because 7th grade was so long ago. I'm kidding, but like, I just don't really remember it that well. But I do remember how awful the guy he was, and he would even, you know, like, put me down. And when I would ask him a question, he'd say, I'm not going to hold your hand and walk you through 7th grade. So if you're not going to answer a question, then what's the point of you being there? You're not a teacher if you're not able to answer questions. So I do remember him saying that. But yeah, so that was the story of my 7th grade science teacher who is now fired. And yeah, so if you guys want more story times, comment down below. I'll think if I have any other crazy stories. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!